Guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Yvonne from Ginger Chick Rehab. I am so glad to have you back checking out what we all are up to. So in today's video, yep, we did some more sale shopping. Some of them were planned because we saw them on Marketplace, and we went to this community-wide that unfortunately there just wasn't anything there that spiked our interest. So we kind of did some, yeah, let's see what's in the neighboring town, which happens to be in another state. So then we did a little bit what I like to call sign chasing. So you just randomly see a sign that says garage sale and you follow it. So sometimes I find that, do you all find that? That sometimes they're your best sales. So I'm going to share with you what items I had. Now, Chris found a lot. So this was his time. He actually had a couple days off for his birthday. So we had plans to maybe check out a pallet. We've been thinking about buying a pallet, y'all. I don't know what you think about that. But as resellers, it's kind of it's fun to involve. So anyway, that's a whole nother if we end up doing that. But the fun part is involving, just looking for new items, broadening your horizon. I love making things over for you all on the channel, but I also love to shop and resell too, because yeah, who would have thought that in my life I was going to get to shop 24/7? I absolutely love it. So, and why the sale season is going on, because I know sooner or later we're getting to the end of summer and that will stop. So let me stop chattering and share with you what we got. So I will insert what Chris got, yes, his tools, but I will share with you what pieces I got. And I really didn't get that much, but they are substantial. So the first sale we stopped at where Chris got his tools, I picked up this. Now this was, to me, this reminds me of a cloche. It could be, a candle holder too, but I am envisioning it as a cloche. So for $2, I picked this up. Love that. And then at another one, and these were at the lake ones. And of course, Squirt's probably like, why are you not on the couch? Did you all see him go by? So for $5, I did pick up this carved fish. I don't know. I love wood. I like the carved things. I won't paint this up or anything. If for some reason it never sells, I can, but I would leave this as is. I just think these beautiful hand carved pieces are gorgeous. So, and I think they had like a whole table at this sale that all said Jamaica. So I think they got all these wooden carved items at Jamaica, but I had to think about what I thought would resell for me, and I thought the fish. So I thought, hey, big, cool, lots of detail. So then on our way to one that we looked up, then we got on when you get signal, we're still in that kind of the country area where you're like, wait, I just lost signal. Don't unplug your phone from your GPS. So anyway, so there was a sale sign, so we chased it, and it just happened to be a lady that recognized us from the Tuesday night auction. So she has actually moved, and she has a whole bunch of stuff that she is selling. So that was fun for Alex. I hope he shares that with you, because he is quite a picker. He loves, and she wanted you to go through the boxes. So I didn't buy too much that I wanted, but it was fun watching Alex pick. So for $1, I did get, this is a newer watering can. $1. Okay, thank you. Or maybe $2. I think it was $2, because I think our total spend there was $7. So that was $2. And then for $5, I got a crock. Yes, of course I bought a crock. So yes, Chris spied it at first. It had some stuff in it. It does have a little bit of blue. I don't mind the wear look to it. I love all that. I don't want mine to be pristine. I like all that. Yeah, it does need a bath. It was outside, but oh my gosh, absolutely love this $5. So yeah, and she's still actually cleaning out. So she'll probably have some more sales. So hopefully we can hopefully she pops it up on Facebook so we can check it out. So I was pretty happy with that, and I would be keeping the crock for my collection. So then the next sale, we actually went searching for a sale that we were hoping was going on a little bit longer to share it with Alex, but I think we probably bought a lot the day that we were there. And but they weren't open. So we stopped at another estate sale that we did kind of find on Facebook on our way there, and they just had some beautiful items, and they were reasonably priced. So Chris, right off the bat, spied this beautiful bread box. And she goes, this bread box is 45 years old. Wow. It's in great shape. It still rolls. It's got some crumbs in it. $5, you all. $5. Now, a lot of times by the time I get them, they have water damage, but this one doesn't. So, I don't know. I have to think about it, because even the knob's not even, you know how they will yellow with time? The knob's not even yellowed. So I like to make them over. I do like to make them over, but this one's beautiful. So I have to think about it if I end up doing any kind of makeovers in this video. And then they had some gorgeous lamps. I don't know what it is with me and lamps. So I really fell in love with this one, but she did have a $20 price tag on it, and I did actually do some bartering. I'm getting better. I asked if she would take $15 for it, and I was good if she would have said no, but she did take $15 for it. So it's got like lily pads, maybe. What do you think those are? Oh, it's gorgeous. The shades, oh, with that speckled white frosted. Oh my gosh, just absolutely gorgeous. And this one's actually pretty lightweight. I was trying to see if there was a maker like who made it. This one's actually pretty lightweight. It's beautiful, just gorgeous. Now they had 3 sitting right there, but I just really wanted the 2. And then this next one is super heavy. This is not anything I would want to ship. So this one was, because I was buying 2, she gave it to me for $15. Now this one is $10. Oh my gosh. Super heavy, but this actually raises up. It's got a little turn, got beautiful details, that frosted. Oh my gosh, just super heavy. Yep, I don't know, there's no maker's mark or anything, but oh my gosh, just a gorgeous lamp. Oh, with the Crocs and the watering can, she did have an old Bible. She did have an old Bible, you know. Chris actually found this for me while Alex was digging, so yes. So we picked up old, but I think she said this was her mother's. I don't know if there's, you know, I always like to spy to see if there's any dates. They're not always dated. I don't see any dates in it, but I do like when they're dated, so this was gorgeous. So then the last sale we stopped at, I didn't really see too much, but I did pick up this. Now this I probably do need to do a little something, even though it is just an old tin, ceiling tin that somebody put on wood. We got some green going on, there's some chippiness going on, which is, it's nice. We'll see how it cleans. And that one was $10. I would have liked it to be a little bit cheaper, but I think it was worth the $10. I don't come across that kind of stuff. So here is the tools that Chris bought. Minimal, less than 20 bucks for 2 planes, an old Craftsman metal toolbox, and a box of tools that he gets to clean up. So after going back and forth with this beautiful 45-year-old bread box, it is in great shape. So no, I am not going to paint it. I am going to take my God-wink moment of pre-ordering that decoupage paper to the size that would fit a bread box. Look at that. This is like a perfect, it's just a perfect fit for this bread box. That way I don't have to paint it. There's no reason to have to paint it, but I can just spice it up a little bit that somebody will want to buy it. If I leave it plain, the chances are it'll just sit in our booth. So I'm taking this as a little God-wink moment when I was ordering that decoupage paper to pick out some in the smaller sizes. So there's no need to take it apart. It really is just centered right above where the knob is, centered right below where the top is. I couldn't ask for it to be a perfect fit. Yeah, well, I could if the sides would just fit into there. So I'm just double checking my measurements. And yes, I'm just going to be using Mod Podge to glue it on. No, y'all, it's not going to ruin this box. If somebody really wanted to take the time to soak this in some water, it will probably come off. But yes, just damp wash it off. I know you know, as us flippers, we always get those comments. Oh, you ruined it. You destroyed it. Changed, maybe. Destroyed, no. The one side of the Mod Podge is already starting to dry, which is making it hard for me to be able to fold the other side back over. So all I have is a wet wipe, and I'm just wetting that down. That way I'm not going to rip the paper. It's just going to help me smooth out the decoupage paper. The water's not going to hurt anything. It's just helping me really adhere. I'm not worried about you know, gluing the slats closed by any means. I put a nice thin coat on. It may look thick because of the whiteness, but all I'm going to do is what I'm doing right now, smoothing out those wrinkles with the wet wipe, and then I'm going to set it off to the side and let it dry before cutting into the slats. And this is what it looks like now that it's all dry. And then I'm going to go very gingerly, one by one, cutting down those slats with a very sharp X-Acto knife. I don't want to go too deep because I don't want to cut the fabric that's underneath, making it so that this rolls. Now, as I relieved that pressure off the side paper, and I did, as you notice, I cut the slats while I was cutting the long part also. So now I just need to go in one by one, gingerly cutting those off. I was hoping that they were going to just slightly tuck underneath. Now, before doing anything else, what I want to do is I want to take some sandpaper and just slightly scuff, pushing it into the in-between of the slats is what I'm really doing here. Anything that might come off, it is what it is, it will come off, but I really am just trying to kind of sand just a little bit and then just kind of pushing it into those slats before I start to put some polycrylic on the top of it to seal this in. And yep, I'm using a baby brush, we're going to call it. I wanted just a fan brush. I wanted not to put a lot of it on. I like the other end of the brush as it's wood. That way I can kind of use that as a pushing tool. So, and the fan brush is thin enough, it'll go underneath where I'm not touching the top part of the bread box. So this is just one of those you just gotta go slow kind of things, even though I have it in fast forward. And you see how I'm using the wooden part to push down in between the slats so the paper is adhered on all sides. So now that the polycrylic is dry, I'm just taking some fine grit steel wool over the entire piece, making sure that it is nice and smooth. And yeah, y'all, it does. I can hear your voices saying, but does it still open? Yes, just wait, it still opens. So I have one more step I want to do to complete this. I'm going to take a little bit of the Waverly Antiquing wax and just kind of shade it in around the edges so it doesn't look like I just put a piece of paper on this beautiful bread box. So yep, just taking a Dollar Tree stencil brush just to fade it in. So next up is this tile, and I guess I'm gonna have to paint it because when I started washing off trying to get that dirt off, it was actually top coated on. There's a difference between patina and dirt, y'all, and that is dirt. I've said it in the past, sometimes an item tells you what you're going to do, and yep, I'm going to paint it. So not only was the dirt top coated on, but it was just a very, unfortunately, sloppy white paint job, so I am happy to cover this back up anyway. And there's a lot of crackle going on, so it'll be perfect for my crackle technique. So just going to get an undercoat of black with the Rust-Oleum paint and primer one in the flat black first. So this is a big surface area that I'm going to need some glue. So yep, this is that thrifted gallon size of Amazon glue. And I thought, you know what? I could pour it in a bowl or I could just pour it on top of this and spread it around. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to pour it on top of it. I don't know if in our shop if there's ever a time I'm only ever working on one project. So I was actually spraying a piece of furniture. So the sprayer was all hooked up already with the Kills paint and primer when I needed to paint this piece white. So yep, you can brush it on, but you can also spray it on. It still does the same crackling as it dries. So I actually, to match up the crackling, I just automatically, after I got the glue all spread out, brought it into the spray room to get it sprayed. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and as always, if you're part of our YouTube family, thank you so much. And if you are new and you're checking out this channel for the first time and you liked what you saw, please hit that subscription button along with the notification bell so you know we've uploaded a new video, and we will see you next time, guys, and you can see what we're up to. Bye!